Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Sunday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our nation's capital in particular, of course, and speak with the Ainslie under-14 girls team. Of course, only 2 days ago we spoke to their under-18 Rising Stars team who won the grand final pretty easily on the same day. But, of course, the 14s did exactly the same thing to, funny enough, the Magpie Juniors in the grand final, because they beat them by just under 5 goals in that grand final. Of course, the winning margin was 28 points. And of course, we've got 5 very special guests from the Ainslie Under-14 Girls Premiership Team to tell us all about it. Thanks to all you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position all 5 of you played on grand final day.
Hi, I'm Mia, and I played defence and wing on the grand final day.
I'm Ella, and I was playing midfield and forwards as well, swapping between the two.
I'm Sasha, and I was playing mid and forward.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I played centre half back.
I'm Izzy, and I played half back.
Tell us a bit about the season, and especially leading up to the grand final.
So we were really pumped all at the on training sessions and all leading up to it. But on the day, a lot of our nerves kicked in, and we were really nervous for the grand final because we didn't know how it was going to play out.
We had a really good season. We didn't lose any games the whole season, so we were pumped about that. We had a good feeling about the grand final, and of course, it all worked out, and we got through it champions.
Was there any point during the season, during that undefeated run that you've had all the way through, that you thought, we can go all the way?
Yeah, so we had a good feeling about it the whole season, but because it rained out a lot of the start of our season, and the second game we played, it was against the reigning the Magpies Juniors, who we know as a very good club, so we were very nervous about that game. But after we came through on that one, I think we had no doubt about the rest of the season, so it was really good.
So you mentioned before, Ella, of course, you did play Magpie Juniors. Funny enough, that's what the 80s played as well earlier, later in the day. And obviously they beat them by a very similar margin. I guess, were you surprised at all that you played against Magpie Juniors in the 14s grand final?
I don't think we were really surprised. It was out of either those Magpies girls or the Eastlake girls who had won the last year's season. But yeah, I'm not surprised about it. They're such a good team. But on the day, I guess we pulled through. So.
I got to watch your grand final on the live stream on the day. And watching that game, I think that was almost pretty much the best game I've watched other than your 18s that I think eclipsed yourselves in that a little bit later on in the day. I guess tell us how good was it to play in that grand final, and have either of you watched it back since?
Yeah, I think a lot of us have rewatched it over and over again to see what we've done well and done not so well, so we can work on it. But yeah, we were really pumped when we came away with the win.
I think a lot of us, when we went to our awards night, we kept watching back all the highlights, and of course Sasha had a really good mark in there, and yeah, it was just really good to rewatch it because normally our games aren't streamed, so having that opportunity was really good.
Yeah, I've never watched myself play before, so it was really weird. I feel like our team started off really rough and scrappy, but we really pulled through, and that was really cool to watch over.
It was really good just playing my first year of AFL and just having all these girls to play the grand final with, because it was my first year, and they all taught me how to play, and it was just really good winning with them because they're my family.
For me, watching it back, it was really good to see there was a bit of a controversy with one of the goals that was kicked, and it was cool to watch it back and see that we were right.
Yes, you were definitely right. I actually watched your grand final, and yes, there was a bit of controversy behind that one. And No, that was
Yeah.
definitely correct. That was definitely a goal. So, Sasha, I want to talk to you about the mark, which actually Ella just mentioned before in that grand final.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the mark and, and how many times you've watched that one back.
I've only watched it back like the one time me and Izzy watched the game, like after the game. I don't really know how it happened. I just saw the ball and no one was like going up to get it, so I just got it. I don't know.
Have you got that? Have you got that saved somewhere so you can pull it out again next year?
No, I don't, but I can easily find it.
I thought you won that grand final probably around about second, third quarter when you really got going after quarter time. Is that how you felt throughout the game?
Yeah, first quarter was really nerve-wracking for us. It was really stressful. We got off the field really kind of disappointed at that stage, and we just knew we had to keep really pushing because we knew it was going to be a tough game from the start. So yeah, after about halftime, we got a bit more of our confidence back and then just kept pushing and it all went our way.
All right, so that first quarter was the first time we'd been down all season. So like out of all the teams we played, so we were really nervous and like we hadn't actually had to go from an like underdog position. So we just really pushed that second quarter to regain our lead. And I reckon that's what actually won us that game, that really strong second quarter and how we carried that out to the next two.
Because like we had never been scored on, it was just really nerve-wracking coming off the field, knowing that they had kicked the first goal, because we would be doing that and we would be smashing them by tons, but it was just so nerve-wracking that we were down.
When did it get to the point in the game that you just got a chance to, enjoy the moment and enjoy being there at the grand final, knowing that you've won it?
I feel like maybe at like the last few moments of the quarter, because it could have played out either way. So at the last few moments of the fourth quarter, we really enjoyed it. And then as you can see in the video, when we all ran and hugged each other at the end, it was really all worth it, like the whole season and stuff.
Because you can't obviously stop too early, as it can still change either way. Even if you are leading by heaps, you can still swap at any moment. So I think we tried to not get too excited too early and just wait to the end and then go from there.
How good was it when the final siren went? And was it more relief or celebration considering you went for the whole year undefeated?
Well,
it was a bit of both.
Yeah. But yeah, I reckon a bit of both. But we're mainly excited that we had gone undefeated all season and it had all paid off in the end. And yeah.
Tell us a bit about your premiership coach.
Mia and my dad, and he's been really good. So he played AFL, I think, most of his life in Melbourne, Perth, I think, and Canberra. And yeah, he was really good, really strong leader, and pushed us to our hardest and like worked for us to be our best, especially at trainings. It was a lot of training.
Yeah.
We had a few moments with him. It's really good.
Yeah, he's just like a very nice and encouraging person and a coach. Like I've had some really tough coaches, but he's very nice and very positive.
I would definitely say that he coached us to the grand final win. Although our skills as the team were really strong, I feel like he was the cherry on top.
Now I have to ask, who got to hold the Premiership Cup first?
I think me and Ella did.
Yeah. Sasha, because we were captains together the whole season, so it was really good going up there and getting to grab it.
So I have to ask both of you then, how good was it to hold the Premiership Cup first before your whole teammates swam on to you later?
It was great. It was
good to get a little moment.
It was a bit surreal because I played AFL for 5 years, I think, so finally getting to hold that is really good, really good. And then, of course, having all the team around you, trying to grab it is also another moment in itself.
Got a chance, obviously, to have the team photo. I guess how good is to have that moment to, you know, to hold the Premiership Cup, to hold the flag, which I think at one stage, didn't the flag get flipped the wrong way around in the team photo, I believe?
Yes.
I guess, how good was that to hold all those things?
It was really surreal, and I think we've all thought it paid off really well, and in the end it was all worth it, especially once you got to hold the flag and the trophies.
Yeah, I'd say it was really exciting, but then again, it's also really sad because that means that like our season had come to an end, especially because the season was such a high. It was like really enjoyable and something you wanted to go to every week.
Yeah, it definitely was something you looked forward to, both the trainings and the games. So it was sad for that to come to an end. But I think we're all pumped and excited for next year. Hopefully we can do it again.
Even though you had a perfect year, undefeated, but obviously there was the flag embarrassing moment where it got flipped the wrong way around. I didn't even got let go at one stage in that process. I guess funny
I
moments.
didn't even know that happened. First I've heard of it.
We had a few problems throughout our season. The main problem that I remember was our main ruckman broke their foot the day before our grand final. So that was so stressful.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
And another pretty embarrassing moment for our coach was a couple of trainings before the grand final. He would casually just slip over on the oval because they were quite wet, and you just see him on the ground, and it was really entertaining when he fell over.
Now, I also believe there was a selfie moment in that after the team photo. Who took the selfie team photo, and was it easy for everyone to be in it?
I think we were already in a pretty good position, like as a group. But I think, was it Ava Warden?
Yeah, it was Ava.
Ava has the shortest arms, this little girl trying to take a photo of us all. But I think it turned out to be a pretty good photo. But
yeah, we had to squeeze in pretty tight so we could all fit in. But yeah, I think it came out pretty well.
Now, I must admit, it is one of the best ones because I think you did it in a very interesting angle. You did it from the side of the the banner and the trophy. Was that something you were trying to figure out what the best angles were for the selfie?
Well, I guess a lot of us probably had lots of practice with the selfie, so I thought that it was a pretty good angle. But a lot of the teams went from the front, which we probably should have done, but turned out pretty well in the end.
Now, almost a month and a half since the grand final now. Has the premiership sunk in yet, and what does it mean to all five of you to win the premiership?
Well, it's a pretty big legacy to leave with the club, and because we get our trophy put in our little plaque thing put on the trophy, which is pretty cool, and to know that we won the grand final when we were under 14, and it's something that we could really look back on when we grow older. And
I think it was more of an achievement for our coach as well. He hasn't won a premiership in ages. So it was really good for him as well as the rest of the team. And our club was so excited for us, and it was just really encouraging. And I think a lot more girls will come back again next year because of it and because of how supportive the club, Ainslie Football Club, has been throughout the whole season. And it's just been really good. And our team was it's such a supportive environment. Every time before our Sunday games, we would always have a speaker brought by one of our girls. So we'd pump music, both to intimidate the other team and to pump us all up. So it's really good.
Yeah, not many people get to play in finals, let alone win them. So to already get to that, I've only been playing AFL for 2 years, and to already have that down pat, I think it's a huge achievement for not only us as players, but also all the adults involved, like the coaches and managers. It's just a good group of people.
Yeah, personally, I've wanted to play AFL for ages, but like I couldn't because I had back surgery. And then like having my first year, winning a premiership like around these girls, it's not something that happens every day.
Yeah, I feel like our team is like had a really strong bond, and like that was something that was really special to be able to win it with those girls, made it even better.
Now,
And stuff, of course.
And stuff.
I do believe all you're wearing your medals around your necks, which I'll get all you to show it to us now.
Yes. AFL Canberra.
So the question I want to ask all 5 of you is, how long did you wear your medals around your necks for? And did any of you sleep with it?
Oh, I reckon most of us definitely wore it for the rest of that day. And it was hard to separate the big trophy from a lot of the girls who wanted to take it home. But I think most of us also have these medals hung up in our room. So yeah, it's pretty good. And to remind us of the big game, so it's really good.
Now, I have to ask, I know you're not supposed to do this during COVID, but did any of you have a little cheeky kiss of the Premiership Cup?
Oh, I think a couple of girls tried to sneak that in, but because of the COVID, we didn't want to do anything too.
Tried not to.
Yeah.
I think a few of us definitely did. There are some photos of it.
Did any of you take the cup home with you?
I wish.
Yeah.
No.
Me and I got to.
I would break it.
Because our dad's the coach, so we got to keep it for a bit until we had to give it back to the club. But yeah.
I have to ask, tell us a bit about this amazing team and how special it is to be part of this team.
I think it's a really good bond between all of us. And yeah, as Alex said before, we've come like part of a family, and I think it's really good that we've bonded so well as a group and as a team, which has really helped us get into the grand final and win come out the way that we did.
Honestly, like as a team, we're very skilled, but I don't think we're much more skilled than the rest of the comp. So I reckon what really helped us win was actually our team chemistry and our like teamwork and how we all worked really well together. So I think that was a huge part of our success.
So many friendships were made this season that would not have happened without AFL. So yeah, it's been a really good season for that.
Yeah, we've made a lot of lifelong friendships like from footy, and like seeing these girls every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, like you get to spend a lot of time with them, and definitely a family.
Yeah, so like from the start, we like already knew that we were going to have like a really tight team bond just because of the way we trained together. And I feel like it really just showed through like in the team chats, like in the middle of the games and in the games and stuff like that.
Now, how did all 5 of you get involved in footy and why did you choose it?
I got involved because I'm a huge Swans fan and I really loved watching the footy. And then my little brother started watching and I just decided like, yeah, I mean, he started playing and I just decided I really wanted to do that. And I wanted to beat him at another thing. So success.
Of course, Nia and I had our dad that plays and then now coaches us. So I think he was a big influence, but also we started watching the game on TV at a really young age. So it was something we always looked at and thought, wow, that looks so cool. Maybe I could play one day. And we started and yeah, it's been really good ever since.
And also Britt Tully is an amazing role model to us because she plays for Ainslie and she got into the GWS Giants and she plays for them. So I feel like some of us girls have really been inspired by her and like look up to her as a massive role model.
I always watched footy on the TV, and then my brother started playing back in 2018 and he won his premiership, but sadly he lost interest. But my dad was like pushing me to play footy. He's like, please, I wanna get back involved. And like I just loved watching footy on the TV. Also a Swans fan. And it go the Swans. Not after we lost.
We're coming back.
I don't think we are. But like I've wanted to play footy for ages, like seeing how happy my brother was after he won his premiership. And I was like, I want that.
I feel like I'm being like brought up in Australia, the AFL is always playing like on the TV no matter what. And like I never really followed the AFL, but like I went and watched the games whenever we were in Sydney because my brother followed it as well as my dad. And yeah, and then all my friends got into it, so I got into it as well, and I really enjoy playing it more than I do watching it now.
All five you mentioned right at the start. What position you're playing on grand final day? If you had a preferred preference of what position you'd love to play on the field for next year, what would that? Where would that be?
Definitely centre half forward. I played there once and I loved it. Like I love being more involved and like seeing a better vision of all the girls kicking the goals. It just shows like how talented they all are.
I would agree. I would also want to play centre half forward. I think it's a really good position to get involved in the game as kind of a midfielder, but not quite. But yeah, it would be a really good position.
I really enjoyed playing half-back flank, and I would love to play there next year again. Yeah.
I really enjoyed playing my position in the mid. I love being on ball and just chasing it around. I think that would be my favorite position, but I'd like to try out some more forward because I like that little rest, but I'd like to actually get good at it.
I would definitely play halfback again because I feel like this year was such a success only having one goal scored against us, and it's really rewarding as much as it is scoring goals. I feel like the same differences and you get the same feeling from that. I'm
assuming winning a premiership is the ultimate, and obviously one of the highlights about all your football journeys. So my next question I'm going to ask is, do either of you have any future ambitions in sport football?
Definitely, I would like to play in the AFLW when I get older, and I'm pretty sure some of the girls in the team would also love to play. Well, yeah.
Personally, I'm just playing AFL for a bit of like competitive fun at the moment, get a bit of fitness in at the same time. But yes, I'm definitely sure there are a few girls in our team who would love to play AFLW when they get older. I definitely want to keep playing club football, maybe stay with Ainslie when I'm older. But yeah, for now it's just some fun, competitive, yeah.
I would love to play at like a higher level. I don't know whether that's like WAFL or like lower, but yeah, I'd really love to play some sort of high level football.
I actually want to pursue a different sport, but I still love AFL and it's so fun. Like it's so like as Ella said, I still want to play at a club level, but it's kind of just for fun.
I don't really have any goals of pursuing it to like a high level than club football, but I'd love to win another premiership and maybe introduce my kids to AFL as well. So I feel like it's something that's really like I enjoy. And I love it, yeah.
Either you have a favourite AFLW player?
Yeah, I reckon Britt Tully. She's a massive inspiration and she plays for Ainslie as well, which, yeah, and we see her sometimes at training. So I feel like she's an inspiration for a lot of girls in our team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Britt Tully is definitely someone that a lot of our girls look up to and just aspire to be.
At the moment,
of not watching the AFLW, I should start, but
yeah, same with Sasha. If they get a Sydney Swans team for the girls, maybe I'll start watching it.
Me and Alex will watch together.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like they're all really like just what they do is pretty amazing, and like to be able to be so successful in a women's sport as well, like not having as much support as men's sport, it's really cool.
What does the sport of football mean to all 5 of you, and especially playing there at Ainslie?
Well, I think that Ainslie is a great club for juniors and getting involved, as it is a very supportive club, and we have made like really good friends there. And as some people have said, it has become a small little family for us. And I think Ainslie is just a great club for the sport of AFL.
Yeah, they're really encouraging. Ainslie's a really encouraging club for anyone who wants to join. They have the facilities to accommodate for players who've never played before, to ones who want to continue with their AFLW or AFL career. So yeah, it's really good, really encouraging. Yeah.
I just really love Ainslie as a club. Like, everyone's great, not a bad thing to say about anyone involved. Coaches are great, very involved, and like everyone's just really like, they love the sport. You can really tell no one's not happy to be there. Everyone wants to play, everyone's playing to win. So it's just really great, because I'm very competitive, so I love being with people as competitive myself, because it creates like a really good, hard environment.
You go, Ella.
I think AFL is really good, and it's a way for a lot of our girls to escape from school and the rest of the stuff that's happening in the world today. And it's just really enjoyable and something to get our mind off anything negative.
Yeah, Ainslie's a really reputable club, and like there've been a lot of AFL and AFLW legends who have played for Ainslie, and I just grew up with Ainslie being the club that I wanted to play for, that my brother played for, and it was obvious that I was going to play for Ainslie, even though like my cousins play for Cats, Magpies. I just knew that Ainslie was the right club for my family.
Oh, Ainslie's the only club I've ever like known, but in saying that, I wouldn't want to play for any other club. Like, I've never had a bad experience with them, and like they've introduced me to so many new things. And like last year being my first year, I felt it was such a positive experience. And I do live south side and Ainslie's north side. So if I wanted to move, I would move to East Lake, but I've never, like, that thought's never crossed my mind. So like I'm really happy with Ainslie and where I am, and the people I play with as well.
And I think a lot of us girls are really pumped that AFL is becoming more of a women's sport now, and that it's getting a better AFLW comp, and it's becoming more of an opportunity for us and maybe a career path. So yeah.
Now, for anyone in Canberra that should get down to the best girls premiership teams, 2-time premiership teams that you've got down there at the moment, Ainslie, what would be your advice to get down there and get involved for the 2021 season?
Just come and get down and play any type of local footy in your area, because it's a great experience. And even if you don't enjoy it, just come down for a bit and try it out, and I'm sure you'll love it.
Even just come down for a couple training sessions, get to know us girls and the club and the vibes with us. I'm sure you'll really enjoy it and have a great time with us, and hopefully we'll get another premiership.
Yeah, I've never met anyone who doesn't not enjoy the club. Everyone loves it there. Everyone has so much fun. You'll enjoy it. Just, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. They will help you improve your skills. You'll get to a really good place and you'll have fun doing it.
Definitely, the environment's just great to be in, and like developing all the friendships through that sport and like falling in love with the sport is just amazing. And Ainslie hosts these like try AFL days, and I went to one of them and I was like, I really want to play now, because it's just so fun and the club's just a great environment.
Yeah, if I had to give advice to someone who's thinking about starting AFL, I'd just say like not to hesitate, because like you won't like look back. Like, it's one of the best things you could do.
Let's finish up with a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. But before I do that, I have to ask, now I think some of you mentioned before that obviously some of you have brothers and sisters that either used to play footy or still playing footy. So the question I'm going to ask you is, who's the better footballer?
Me,
Definitely
definitely
me.
No. I reckon it's definitely me.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm definitely better than my brother. Definitely. He thinks he's better. He's more skilled apparently, but nah.
Now, who's the comedian in the team?
I would say Scarlett. She's
Scarlett.
not in this meeting at the moment.
Sully.
Izzy's a good comedian and can always have a laugh and a joke with our coach.
Zoe and Scarlett, as a duo, were definitely the comedians of our team, and they made it really enjoyable to come to every training and game. Scarlett with her speaker, blaring the music, and it's just really good.
I remember when we had a power outage and we like all went home. Scarlett stayed with like a few girls. I think Sasha was there. And
Yeah.
right before one of our games, it was like the Thursday night training. Scarlett was doing like a bunch of flips and landed
awkwardly on her foot, and she couldn't on her knee, and she couldn't walk well, and she had to go to physio and get it all strapped up because she was and we didn't know if she was joking around. We didn't know if she was joking around because everything was dark and we couldn't see
She was
her
like
face.
crying on the ground and we were all laughing at her. We had no idea.
Joke.
Oh, it was really bad.
Scarlett's
And that
gonna
was
hate us.
on the Wednesday training.
Yeah.
And our game's on Wednesday. And she still turned up to the game.
I'm hoping she's not watching this. Just to try to save more time here.
Hate us.
Yeah.
Now I know this is social media thing. Talk TikTok. So the question I'm gonna ask all five of you is part one. Who's the best singer and dancer in the team?
Oh.
I don't think any of us are any good.
Oh,
Izzy's got a good singing voice. Whenever the speakers were around, Izzy was always the one singing her heart out. She was pretty good.
I think Billy's the
Oh
best
my
TikToker.
Yeah, Billy.
yeah.
Billy Hamilton, tank at football, tank at TikTok.
Yeah, she was also our best on ground on finals day, so she's a big part of the team.
Yes. And she's what, 10 years old? It's crazy.
Yeah, she's 10.
Yeah.
It's her birthday. It was her birthday yesterday.
Oh, I think she's definitely someone that will go further in AFL, and she's
Yeah.
Her sisters are in it, aren't they? The AFLW. Yeah.
So the second part of that question is, did the team do a premiership TikTok dance?
No.
I think we should have. I reckon we should have.
Yeah, we didn't film a single team TikTok.
Yeah.
Next season.
Next season.
We'll make an
We did have
account.
a lot of photos on Premiership Day. A lot.
Now, how was the premiership celebrations afterwards?
They really
It was
were.
really, yeah.
I think we mostly split our different ways. We were going to go to lunch, but we had our team presentation night a few weeks after, so it was all good and good to meet up again. We had dinner together. It was all just really nice.
After the premiership, I went back around to the oval, but like outside the gates, because my cousins were watching the game from outside the fence, and they were like, you could barely see anything, but I was just it was so funny that they were there. Like they camped out. They had they had everything. And like we just sat there talking for ages.
We had a lot of celebratory food, like Zupa Dupas and a bunch of sweets, and we really needed something to just
Re-energize.
re-energize ourselves.
Everyone was really hyped once we got into the change room because we didn't want to like be rubbing it in the other team's face. So
Yeah,
once we
good
got in,
spot.
we were, we let it all out.
Now, final two questions I'm going to ask. Now, of course, I'm assuming all you have a favourite AFL team, which I think we all know who Sasha and Alex goes for. Mentioned it quite a few times during this interview. So the question is that it's actually going to go to the other three who hasn't mentioned it yet. So which do the three of you have any favourite AFL team?
Yes.
Definitely the Giants, especially when they
Yes,
play a lot of home games in Canberra, as we don't have a Canberra team. Unbelievable. But it's really good because they're the closest one. They're the closest one, and I think it's really good for us to watch games so we can get tips and help us improve our skills.
Yeah, I follow GWS Giants as well. I think it's really good for us because they're kind of classified as Canberra's home team, and it's really good to be able to watch them play. And and they're the newest team, so really growing their fan base.
Well, I go for the Swans, but my favourite team to watch is probably Richmond because they have a lot of dirty players. So it's a good game to watch.
You'd love Collingwood.
Tom Lynch must be a favourite then, is he?
Dustin Martin.
Yeah, she's a dusty girl.
Dusty. Yeah.
Closeted Richmond fan.
One last one before I let all you go, which is there any players on the team that just plainly forgetful?
Kelly.
Kelly.
She kicks it the wrong way.
Anytime we start a quarter, we have to remind her which way we're going because she always
Otherwise
forgets.
she'll kick the ball the wrong way. She left her
I'm pretty
premiership
bad
medal.
too.
She left her premiership medal at the ground, so we had to get her a new one because she lost it at the ground. So we had to give her a new one on presentation night.
Don't know how you managed to lose it.
Yeah.
Always late to the games.
Yeah.
Always late.
Yeah, that she was going to miss the games because she was always coming in late.
But what?
Yeah,
She's
and
still
she was
got
late
our
to team photos.
Yeah, she did so well this season. She got her and Billy tied 5th, I think,
Yeah.
for
And
best
she
and
came
fairest, like
third.
for the whole comp. And she got best and fairest for our club.
In our club.
Yeah.
Even with her forgetfulness, still.
She knows how to play though.
Yeah.
For her first season.
I know.
Insane, yeah.
Well, all five of you, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us today to talk about your amazing undefeated season. And it proved that way in the grand final when I saw your team in action and only conceding one goal, which was in the grand final throughout the whole year as well. Obviously, fantastic effort. Congratulations. And I can't wait to come up to Canberra next year and hopefully get to watch all you in action in 14/under-16s next year.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No worries. And that's the Ainslie undefeated under-14 girls premiership team who beat the Magpies Juniors by 28 points in the grand final at Football Park about a month and a half ago. Of course, if you want to get down to the mighty Ainslie team, of course, to play footy in 2021, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about getting involved there with the mighty tricolours in 2021. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the Sunday edition.